Hi, I'm Steve, Project Manager here at sfty. Today, I'm going to show you our demo board. I'm going to be showing you how the L1 and the L5 work. Now, the L1 is a completely standalone unit, which is powered by two AA batteries. The L5, however, is powered by mains power supply. Both of these units use a 1.5 meter braided cable. These can be extended up to 152 meters long. So the way it works is we're going to drip some water down this pipe. The braided cable is going to detect that water. In doing so, it's going to send a signal over to the L5. The L5 is going to shut off, meaning that the leak won't get any worse. Okay, so let's have a look to see how it works. I've got my water, which is a small syringe. I'm going to drip that water down that pipe. And what we want to see is the L5 is going to close off because the L1 is detecting the water. Now this braided cable that you see going along here is connected to this unit here. The braided cable for this, as you can see, goes into the back of our demo board. So that's not one that we're going to be picking up. So let's see how long it takes. So just dripping my water down the pipe now. Not very much required. So there we go. The L5 is now closed off. And as you can hear, the L1 is beeping, letting the resident know there's been a leak. But straight away that L5 has gone off. So what we can do, we can press the button on the side. That will silence that. Okay, so what else is going to happen is, let's pretend that this is the flat that we've just detected the leak in. What we're also going to see is that the flat below is also going to get a notification. And this is important with water damage control. So we don't want this leak to carry on getting worse if it doesn't have an L5 detector, just the L1. So that's going to be picking up the water leak detection. It's going to send a notification to the resident or to the building manager, but it's also going to let the resident in the flat below know there's a leak. This helps with quicker responses. Okay, so let's go and have a quick look now at the safety control portal and the sfty app. That way we can see what this means inside there and how we can action that and what we should do next. Okay, so let's have a look at what happens when we get a notification in the app. So here's my phone. We have drenched our cable in water and then we get a notification. So we'll click on the notification and then we can jump into the app and we can see what's going on in there. So straight away, look, we've got an option to mute the sound. So this is really useful if you're not at home, or if the homeowner's not at home, then the building manager can mute the sound. That will stop that leak detector from beeping straight away. So we've acknowledged that there's a leak. So we can have a look at the messages. Look, so we've got lots of messages here. So this is me. I've been playing around with this. So we've got a leak detector in the kitchen at the home of the demo board. So that's obviously our L1 leak detector. So we can have a look at the status of the two devices that we've got on our demo board here. So we've got the kitchen one, and you can see it's giving what the temperature is. And then you can see the shut-off valve. So the shut-off valve is currently closed. So if we go and hit that toggle, we're going to be able to open that remotely. So that's happening as we speak. And there we go. Shut-off valve is now open again and water is flowing. So now we can just jump into the web browser. We're going to have a look at safety control. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is the alarms and alerts. So you can see we've had 8 water leaks in the last day. So I'll have a quick look on that. and that's just going to show us when the leak started and when it ended. And what we can also do is we can just make sure that the owner of the flat did in fact receive those push notifications, and we can see that we did. And then we can dive a little bit deeper into this address, so we can fly down to our flat, and then we'll see the 2 devices that we've got registered in our flat. And we've also got some recent events here as well. What we can also do is we can send a quick message to the owner of the flat just to make sure that they've received the alerts and they're actually in that leak. We can also use this to arrange site visits as well. Additionally, really good is that we can move the resident in and out. Obviously, people move on, so it's really simple once we've got that information just to move resident in and move resident out. And then we've got the download reports. This is fantastic. So this gives us a really deep dive into what's happening on that account. And then we can send this to the building manager so they can keep abreast of what's happening. So that's a really quick demonstration of what the system does and how it works. Obviously, there's a lots more that we can go into detail with, but I'm fully aware that we're pressed for time here. So I'm going to pass you back to the guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.